Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Actually Plays. Welcome back to another video. Now, this is the first part I'm recording because I only have one right now. But, hello Titon, how are you doing back there? You good? You good? Good, okay. So, I'm back. Been a while, I'll admit. That is purely down to me. That is my fault that it has been so long. And I've also been burning my mouth at work, all that kind of thing. But you know, this is our time. This is the time for the randoms. And you might have noticed this video is a little bit longer. This is the first segment that I will be recording over the next 2 weeks, I think. I'm just gonna spoil this outright. This video is gonna include 10 blasters. It's gonna include 10. 9 of them are new, and one of them is a reskin of ones I've already got. Of one that I've already got, but the performance is a bit better, so I got it. And it looks cooler and it functions better. You know, it's more mechanically up to date than the previous one. Previous version of said thing. I don't even know. I might get another couple in between filming sessions. I'm not sure. But it is, as of today, as of recording this segment, it is Friday the 24th of October. I'm hoping to get this video out by the end of the month. Probably, possibly on Halloween, I don't know. I mean, we've got a week, so probably not. I don't know. If I can get this video up in October, then I will. If I can't, then it'll probably come out early November. I mean, obviously you're watching it, so, you know. I don't know. But yeah, long intros are long. I've got one for this segment. It's just shown up. I'm excited. I got a Busby double shot, the side-by-side version. I didn't go specifically looking for this Busby double shot. Quite frankly, I was looking for some other Busby stuff that I kind of had in my head of wanting, and then I saw this and didn't want anymore because I found this. So the rattling that you can probably hear, shell storage in the stock. But if there's shell storage in the stock, then that means this is a shell-fed shotgun with a 2-stage trigger that you break open to prime. It's a string in there because the plunger's weird, and it seems like this thing has a spring upgrade. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. It feels like there's no way that originally they used 2 pieces of string. If you know about Busby, toys, you know their shells aren't great. They're not really performance orientated at all, but you know, it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. So what we got? We got double barrels up front. We got a very teeny tiny iron sight. Not that you can use this thing because look how small that stock is. That is most of the grip. The grip on this thing is very chunky. The trigger feels good. It's kind of, oh yeah, lever on the button on top. Opens the opens the breech. The shells do eject quite furiously, as I will demonstrate here. So you just shove them in, and then I'm going to break this open quickly. So they launch quite vigorously, and they are very easy to lose, which is why they give you shell storage in the stock. Fits 2 shells, preloaded. course. So, fire a manual of arms. You break it open. You shove your shells in. You flip the barrel up. You pull the trigger. So you can pull it halfway, and you can do 1, 2, or you can just pull it straight back like this, and get a 2-shot effect out of it, and then you just push that, and the shells come flying out. Overall proportions of this thing, very, very tiny, like very tiny. There is no stock for this thing. I mean, you could pop that out and then maybe no, because it collapses. So this is what you get. Your grip ends here essentially, and then you're just on the shell stock. So this thing does have iron sights, but you will not be using them because Busby shells aren't great. Shells themselves are not great. They can be made great by 3D printing. I do not have any experience in 3D printing. I am a fucking moron. We've established this. I mean, I own a Busby double shot, for Christ's sake. But overall, the grip is very big. Not particularly comfortable, but considering there's a plunger tube in here, it's fine, I guess. It's surprisingly decent. The top, the front, because of how long it is, it flips up and down, like, very easily. You can't prime this thing like that, but you can. So, you can get good at feeding this thing. And of course, this whole extended barrel joint is for leverage, because you have to bend this thing to prime it. I know they're blank, but shove the shell in, and then pull it, and the shells come flying out. I love that. Overall, war effective. No, this thing uses shells. What, did you actually think this thing was going to be war effective? What kind of lunatic are you? Modability? I'm not so sure about the modability of this thing. It looks like these are kind of a proprietary fit eel. It looks like these are kind of proprietary to this thing. But overall, is it war practical? Fuck no. It's a shell-fed shotgun. You get 2 shots per trigger pull. It's never gonna be competitive in any fucking sense. But aesthetics, I love this. I love just how it looks. Ironically, I like how chunky everything is. You know, it feels good. The hammer is surprisingly good to operate, especially when you get, you know, you get it going, and you just flick it up. It is good. It is good. Busby, you did okay with this one. It's jiggling, I don't. Ah. Oh, that's good. I think the screw might be slightly loose. That's good. Yeah, I think there's a loose screw in here somewhere. I'll figure that out in my own time. Busby double shot. Do I recommend it? Do you like stupid things? Do you find joy in stupid things in this hobby? They did also, I saw quite a lot. They did a top, like top and bottom version, so like that, but the rest is everything is like that. So you can basically pick between side by side or top and bottom, whether you like that aesthetic, whether you like the top and bottom aesthetic or not. I don't think performance is any different. I think it's just the aesthetics. This thing is, I've just seen, this thing is as old as me, 2004. So you're doing better than I am in being 21, buddy. But anyway, I went for the side-by-side purely just because I like the side-by-side shotgun aesthetic. I prefer the side-by-side shotgun aesthetic. It's more of your... It's a lot more of your, like, classic shotgun. You know, the sideways and the double barrel and the side-by-side, all that kind of thing. I love that kind of stuff. I mean, Christ, I own an X-Shot Eliminator and whatever the fuck else. I just happened to grab this. This was just here. I was testing the darts, so, you know. I've already done a video on this, though. You can go and check that out. I can't remember what video it's in, so just go and check out some of the older stuff, you know? I've still got some cool shit. But, yeah. Busby Double Shot. Is it good? Performance? No. Performance is not even close to being good. It's a shell-fed shotgun with Busby. It was never going to be good. Busby's never been known for the performance except with the Sentinel. But do I recommend that you get this Busby shotgun? If you like shotguns and you like having fun, just get a Busby Double Shot, dude. If you can't find the shells, I'm sure there's like some 3D printed... I'm sure there's some 3D printed alternative or something to these. Because these shells are not great. At all. These shells are not great. The steel on these things is jank as hell. Because it's like foam in the actual blaster itself. And then just hard plastic. There's no gaskets or anything. So the seal on these isn't great. You can probably... If you can't find Busby shells, then as I said, there's got to be some 3D printed somewhere. But 3D printing is expensive, so... I mean, if you just want to have this on a shelf as like a piece, then it works quite well. But yeah, Busby Double Shot. So, there's going to be a cut. We're going to cut to the next piece of footage. I will see you guys there. Pachoo! We're back with the second segment. Oh, yeah. The second one? Yeah, the second one. Right. I'm going to cut to the chase for y'all. For this segment, I am not going to be as nearly energetic as the last one, or any of the ones coming forward, okay? I have been awake for a combined hour and a half. I have not had a single drop of caffeine yet. But I got the time, so I thought I'd get this segment recorded so that I haven't got to make the next one bigger. All that kind of thing, but I digress. We got two more. We got two more for this segment. So, last segment, we covered the Busby Double Shot. Shell-fed shotgun. Very good. So now we're getting into pistol category here. We're going to start with the Rival Knockout, because I want to start with the Rival Knockout. It's the nearest to me. So, this is the Rival Knockout. It came out in 2020, and it is a single shot breech loading Rival pistol. The trigger pull feels like ass. That's probably just down to the age of this thing. This was, if memory serves me right, one of the first Rival blasters to come out. You can tell because it's big. Like it's a chunky boy. It's a chunky boy. I'm not gonna lie, I have disassembled this and like taken a look at stuff. It is very filthy in here, especially in this plunger tube. It is very filthy, so I'll have to go in there eventually and just clear some of that shit out because it is disgusting in here. But it still functions and it hits the FPS you'd expect. So, starting off at the front, we got a breech release here. It's on both sides. They're both connected, so you push one and it pushes the other. That's where you shove your rifle around, and then you close the barrel. You pull the spring down, and then you have to push this back up for some reason, and then you take the thing. There's the trigger safety down there, so back is safe. Can't pull the trigger, and then forward you can pull the trigger. Got some ball storage up front on both sides. It's 2 balls, so technically you could get 5 shots off very quickly with this. And you've also got a little rival rail at the top for like the only optic that Rival ever made. So I'm just gonna grab this around here quickly. Excuse me. There we go. So, manual of operations. You hit the lever, the breech pops out. You put your ball in. You close the breech. You pull this giant thing down. Now, you can tell that this is an older Rival because the prime on this thing is really heavy. It's smooth, don't get me wrong, but it is heavy. Push it back up, and you pull your trigger and you fire. And to continuously, you just repeat that process. If you're looking for a Rival pistol, do I recommend you get a Knockout? No, I do not. I recommend that you try and find a Big Shock, a Mega Big Shock, which is basically the early gen Mega Jolt, and just remove the air restrictor of that, and just shove a Rival round in the barrel. Because you get, I'm pretty sure you get a little bit of performance more out of this, but the size of this thing and the prime weight and the noise of it when you dry fire it, which is really loud. I've got a really dumb idea here. Engage the AR and just... Ew. That doesn't sound like you're supposed to do that. So, if you want a Rival pistol, you've got better options, you've got newer options. These things are hard to come by, I think. I came across it just by complete accident. I was looking for something else, and I just came across this, and I thought, yeah, fuck it. I don't have enough Rival pistols. I don't have any Rival pistols. So I thought, why don't I get the OG Rival pistol? But yeah, the trigger pull on this thing is not great. So I'm going to prime it just to demonstrate here. So it's got a little bit of take up, and then you've really got to like push. And then the brake is clean, but not very good. It's just a big jolt. Internally, it is just a really big jolt. From what I've seen out of this thing since I got it, the performance is solid, the accuracy is good. It's Rival after all, so the accuracy is going to be fine. But overall, there are better options out there for a Rival pistol, but if you're looking for the OG, this is the OG Rival pistol. So, and if you're not into Rival, don't even bother. Don't even bother. If you're not into Rival, you'll probably be more interested in the next thing I'm going to show you, which is the Nerf Doomlands Long Arm. Sorry, the Nerf Doomlands Impact Zone Long Arm. So this is I shit you not, a five shot revolver that is this big, like just comparison, it's this big, top prime, I've never seen that before, and it's inconsistent. And it doesn't have slam fire. And it also has a swing out cylinder like a disruptor. This is the peak of long pistol. This is arguably one of the dumber pistols I've ever seen out of Nerf. But it looks cool. Like, it's a long boy. In fact, you can't even really. Yeah. So this is. This looks to be like the. Well, I say looks to be. This is the equivalent of a sniper pistol. A sniper's pistol. Like the long barrel and, you know, just a really long and pointable kind of thing, you know. Really pointable, really long. The top prime. The top prime feels pretty good. The cylinder as well doesn't exactly drop out very easily. It does only drop out of the left side. So if you're right-handed, then you can't even pistol whip it back into position. Which I'm pretty sure you could do with the Disruptor. I'm pretty sure you could also do it with Maverick, but it's the long arm. It's a long 5-shot Disruptor with average elite performance, which is not to say that the performance is terrible. The performance is good. You know, it shoots well, it holds well, the grip is comfortable, which I do like. I do like my pistols to have a nice, comfortable grip. The aesthetics of it, I quite enjoy as well. That's definitely something interesting. So, you've got the clear see-through. Like with the... I can't remember what it's called. The other Doomlands, the Hammer Prime Doomlands, I can't remember what it's called now, it's really annoying me. But you got the clear orange, so you can see some of the internals. And then on the other side it's just orange. I'm guessing they intend this black bit here to be a full grip, but you kind of get in the way. You get in the way of the Prime, so either like put your hand up here if you want to, for some reason, if you want to two-hand a pistol, or you just, yeah. Right. On to the features, obviously. No N-stripe barrel lug. You do have a rail up top, you got a 5-dart cylinder, and you got a top prime. The top prime does feel good. It's got the ridges on the front and the back to stop your hands from slipping off. And the grip, nice and large, nice and curvy. Textured as well, so you know you can get some extra grip on the grip, which you want. It's got a sling loop down the bottom, so if you want to sling this thing, because, you know, everybody wants to sling a pistol this big. And the trigger pull which I shall get onto now. So there's a little bit of take up and then a clean brake. Trigger itself, just a standard slide back trigger. It does feel really smooth, really nice. Overall, this is just, it's just a really long pistol. It is just something, it's a long pistol. It's just Nerf saying, you want something like this? Here you go. And it is definitely, it's definitely interesting. I haven't opened this thing up yet. So an air restrictor removal, and actually a pretty simple cylinder modification as well to move the dart posts. This thing could be a hidden beast in terms of performance, but I don't know because I haven't opened it up yet. So, you know, I got half darts. I got a bunch of half darts. I could just like remove the pins, the dart posts, and just shove some half darts in and see what happens, I guess. But I can imagine with some slight modifications, this thing could actually be a performance beast, because that catch looks strangely solid. Like, that catch looks pretty good. That catch does look pretty good. Anyway, do I recommend you get a long arm? No, not really. As much as I like this thing, you are much better off getting a Disruptor or a Maverick or a Strong Arm. And if you want, for some reason, if you want 5 shots, the Hammer Shot exists. The Zombie Strike Hammer Shot exists, and it's smaller. It's Hammer Prime instead of, you know, that in the top slide. The Hammer Shot is just like, it's a hammer action, obviously. So it's a little bit quicker. It's more holsterable than this. Excuse me, but I like the long arm if you like the aesthetics and you don't really mind the capacity. Because the capacity of this thing only being 5 is a little bit silly considering this is a 2015 product. So we've had 6-shot cylinders for a long time. And Hasbro just went, yeah, nah dog, we're just gonna give you 5. Like, oh yeah, it's just a lot, it's just a long strong arm. No, it's different because it's got a 5-cylinder. Like, I don't know. There's better options than this, obviously. More holsterable, more moddable, more capacity. I mean, Christ, the Elite 2.0 line they put out like a 8-dart cylinder Hammer Prime thing. But if you like the aesthetics and you don't really care if you don't really care about the capacity, the long arm is a good pick. It definitely gives you the feeling of, you know, the sniper's pistol. It is nice. It's long. It's the long arm. You know, it makes your arm longer. So that is it for this segment. We got, I think, oh god, another 7 to come in. This is gonna take a long ass time. This video is definitely not gonna, I'm realizing now. I am recording this Monday, October 27th. So I know for definite that this video is not coming up in October. So, early November, I guess. Well, it's not the Halloween episode, because I can't stand Halloween personally, but it's different reasons. Anyway, I will make the jump cut. We are back for part 3. We are back for the 3rd segment, you could say. I started filming this earlier, and then a delivery came in of another 2 that I was waiting on. So we've got 1 left, and it's the reskin. But I'll get to that when I get to that. So today, for this section anyway, this is gonna be possibly the simplest segment, but also probably the longest. Mostly because I've got 5 to go through in this one. So yeah, I got a bunch of mega belts. Anyway, we've got 2 elites and a hybrid. So like the X-Shot Longshot Pro with the hybrid system, so you can short darts or take the mag adapter out and put long ones in. We got a rival, we got a mega, you know, the spread. I'm gonna start with arguably the dumbest one of the lot, and that would be this. The Nerf Doomlands. I'll get into that. The Nerf Doomlands Double Dealer. Now, side profile, this thing looks decently normal. It looks a bit weird. It looks a bit unergonomic. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because you're not. And then you tilt it a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is 2 magazines, 2 barrels, as shotgun. With, as you saw, dual mag storage at the back, which blocks the everlasting shit out of your wrist. And this is from the same line that gave us the Judge. Yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say this now. I am recording this incredibly late into the day because I had to wait for 2 of these to come in. Like, I got the notification that they were out for shipment for delivery, and I'm like, oh, okay, I might as well wait then. I ended up waiting about 2 hours to actually record this video. I procrastinated it, I'm not gonna lie. I procrastinated filming this segment because I just haven't got the energy, and I've got like 5 to get through, which are all very different. But we don't get into it because I got a video to record and finish off when this next one comes in. So anyway, Nerf Doomlands Double D. I don't know where you're supposed to grip on this. It's a shotgun that doesn't fire very hard, and it also has stand fire, so you hold the trigger down, prime it back, prime it forward, and it fires. This came with 2 12-round magazines, totaling 24 darts, but only a capacity of 12 shots. Due to the fact that it shoots 2 darts on every single trigger pull, and it's not like a rough cut, where it's a dual stage trigger. There's no single shot ability to this. The only way you are going to be fine single shot is if you load only one of the magazines. Now, there are air restrictors in there to obviously restrict air to the barrel that's empty, but it is quite noisy, quite uncomfortable as well. It's not, the prime isn't bad. It's very ratchety, as you've just heard. However, the trigger pull on this thing is so heavy. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I don't know who's gonna want this, because if you want a magazine-fed shotgun, you get the rival one. I can't remember the name of right now, and it's kind of annoying. But I digress. Or like, if you want a shotgun, just get a rough cut or something. Or if you want something pump action, then literally anything other than this. Like, I got this thing for the same reason I got the Deploy. I got the Deploy for the reason of how terrible can this be. And the Deploy is not that bad, other than performance. The Deploy is not terrible. I've heard horror stories of how often this thing jams. And that happens as well. But I haven't really had that many experiences with this thing jamming, so, you know, maybe I've just gotten lucky and I haven't had it happen yet, but, you know. This thing is not as terrible as reviewers of the day and all that other stuff would let on. It's not great, don't get me wrong, it is not great. But it is just something, you know, it is a pump action, and it is a magazine-fed shotgun. That is about it. It is a pump action, magazine-fed shotgun, with magazine storage that limits the ability to use your wrist, a grip that is inconceivably tiny considering the size of this thing, and a trigger pull so heavy even Zeus would probably struggle pulling it. I got this thing because it's stupid. You know I like stupid. I have a fucking Titan behind me and all that other stuff to prove the point. And, you know, when something is terrible, I make it very clear. Like with the Alpha Strike stuff. This is the thing. This isn't very terrible. This is just good enough to warrant using. It's just not as commonly as they intended. I mean, if you want a ridiculous shotgun, the same line has the Judge in it, which is a absolutely ginormous, almost like turret-fed pump shotgun thing that shoots 3 darts a lot better than this thing can shoot 2. And that doesn't jam all the time, actually, which is nice. I do like that. But I got this thing because of its reputation, and what experience I have, this reputation does not get upheld at all. So, do I recommend you buy it? Not really, no. Am I gonna keep using this anyway because I can, and I enjoy weird stuff? Sure, why not? So, that's an airplane. So that's the Doomlands. So next, we go into the Modulus Ghost Ops line. Yeah, glowy. I think the circuitry is nearly dead, but it's cool. This is the Nerf Elite Modulus Ghost Ops Evader. Ghost because clear, and the lights because they could. There we go. Oh, you had it. There we go. I think the wiring on it is a little bit done, but you know. So yeah, this thing looks really fucking cool. You can see everything. It's all painted clear. Clear stuff, we all know. It's a lot better. Yeah, the wiring is slightly terrible. But as you can see, unintentionally, this is a side loader. I don't hate side loaders, I've got nothing against side loaders, but it's a little weird. But shall we take it from the top? So, very creaky extended barrel. N-stripe barrel lug up the front, N-stripe stock up back, rail down the bottom, rail up the top. No rail. Oh no, there is a rail on the side. Okay, and we've got a built-in foregrip. No, I'm just gonna keep that on because it looks wrong without it. So yeah, this is a light up. There we go. Oh, there we go. And it gave up. So yeah, crazy. I'm just gonna, yeah. Performance is a Strife. It's just a Strife with a side load. Nothing new or crazy. Bit of pain in the ass to find this thing, so that's fun. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. You know, I honestly, guys, I am really trying to bring this energy up. I just have not got any. But yeah, Ergo feels great. I haven't tried putting the stock on this thing yet, but I've got time. This is very disturbingly tricky. But, you know, trigger feels good. You can see everything. Trigger feels nice. All that kind of thing. And yeah, not much to say on this one. It's a side-loading Strife. You know, it's the same basic stuff. Yeah, it's just the standard Nerf thing. It's a Strife. You know, if you're looking for something like this, you can definitely find better. I mean, obviously, with it taking 4 to plays and having, you know, that, it's gonna knock some performance off and that kind of thing, so maybe just don't at this point, I don't know. But yeah, again, it's another thing I got because I can, and I like weird, and clear and glowy is definitely weird, so, you know, it's a thing I enjoy, and if you like it, then you can go for it. I'm not going to stop yet, because I can't. So that is the Ghost Ops Invader, and next up, we got Rival, with the Rival Jupiter, which is not a top prime, it is a bolt action. It is a bolt operated pistol with a grip. There you can switch around, depending on your preferences. So, there we go. Make sure that's really on there. So, yeah, this thing is big in terms of. That's a bit spicier than I thought. Okay. So, yeah, this thing is Rival. It's big. It's not even close to primary worthy. I mean, it's a side prime. It's basically just a side prime Kronos, which is a fine blaster by itself. So, manual of arms, pull bolt back, shove balls in, push bolt forward, fire. If the bolt wants to go all the way forward. So you do have a safety, ambidextrous safety, of course. You have a bolt release, I think, only on the left-hand side. To... Oh my god. Oh. Yep, so that you can double prime to clear out a jam or something, and then close it up, shoot. Performance seems to be around the same as just stock rival. It's nothing special. Trigger pull, clean, nice clean break. It looks cool. It's a cool looking pistol. But for smaller, you can get a Kronos. I mean, if you're that into like side primes and stuff, which isn't, unless you've got like a proper grip on it, it's not that easy. But overall, like, it shoots hard, it fires well, feels surprisingly good to point, which is nice. But you know, it's a Kronos, but side prime. What else could I possibly say? It looks cooler, you know. You get the see-through with the tube, and the tube moves, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, this is purely a target shooter. This isn't really something you'd want to use in an actual Nerf war, unless you're insane in the head, like me. But yeah, there are other options out there. You've got the Kronos, you've got the Takedown. You know, you have plenty of options for springers in Rival. I'm still trying to find a Jupiter for somewhere, because that's nice. Shame I can't find one, because those are a pain in the ass to find. But you know, if you want the long pistol that shoots rival balls and shoots them hard, the Jupiter is fine. It is completely fine. I don't know how easy these are to find. I just came across the listing by accident. I was just looking through Rival and this came up and I'm like, okay, yes please, give me. Yes please. But yeah, like, this thing, it's comfortable, it's big, it's very pointable. It's got iron sights on the top, Rival rail, and nothing to the factor of anything else. Although there is a hop up in there, which is good. It's very holdable, it's very wieldable, very pointable. It's nice. It's very nice. Very Rival. Like, you just gotta look at this. It's cool. So, that is the Rival Jupiter. Okay, now moving on. We've got two left. And I'm going to go with the hybrid one first because I feel like it. This is the first Dart Zone product on this channel. It's also the first Dart Zone Pro on this channel. And it's American, which means I was lucky to get this as cheap as I did. This has a very crunchy prime, because this, gentles and ladiesmen, is the original Dart Zone Aeon Pro. And it shoots hard. It shoots very hard. Now, the only reason the prime on this thing is as crispy as it is because there's a lot of power in here. And not only is there full darts, but there is also space for les magadaptels to fire half darts. This is a pro performance hybrid half dart long dart. Pump Prime Lead. This thing is insane. So you got a faux muzzle thing here. You got some Darts Iron tack rail on the top, which isn't Nerf compatible. You do have to prime it. Let's get the magazine out. I'm just gonna leave the half darts in this because this thing just screams with half darts in it. So yeah, it's a top prime pistol that just happens to shoot hard as fuck. With half darts. Good luck finding this thing. This came out in 2020, and it's taken 5 years for one to reach this side of the pond. So, don't have much hopes of finding this, but if you do find this, get ready for that. Because so there is a little bit of prime slot until you hit here, and then it is just crunch. You get used to it after a while, it's not too bad. And that trigger pull is clean, it is nice. It is a very nice clean break. Yeah, it is good. It is very good. So performance of this thing, obviously, pro performance, so about on par with the X-Shot Fury X, but a lot sooner. And it also sounds like a beast because it doesn't have an air restrictor in it. This thing is long, I will admit. This thing is long. Like, even with that off, this thing is still long. But it performs really well. The grip is oh so very nice. The top grip, you've got plenty of space. So, you know, plenty of space to grip, and it's just nice. It's just really nice. So if you can find this thing, if you're lucky enough to find this thing, definitely pick it up. It is worth it. It's fun, you know. It is a fun pistol that is, you know, X-Shot compatible because they knew that they'd have that or something. I don't know. And it's just really good. It's just really nice. It's comfortable. The prime, even though it's a little bit tough, still nice, still manageable. It shoots hard, and you know that I like things that shoot hard, so yeah. Just gonna give you a little close-up of it here. There we go. So that is the Aeon Pro. And finally, the most ridiculous one of the three. I bought another Fortnite one. It is the Fortnite Mega Pump SG. I'm not gonna have much to say about this. It is a single Mega Dart breech load. It fires one dart and just in case you were even considering about modding this thing, it has slam fire. Because a single shot blast needs a slam fire. This thing I got because I like the look of it. I didn't get this thing for the performance. I didn't get this thing for the capacity. I got this thing purely because of the looks. It is... I mean, look at it. It's a big, ridiculous looking shotgun. That's about the only thing this thing has going for it, although it does have a very nice clean trigger pull, which is quite nice. But this... like, come on. Like, the single, you know, the breach. And you put... I'll just do this for theatrics. It's a big fuck off shotgun that isn't even a shotgun. Technically, it shoots North caliber slugs because it shoots mega darts, and you know mega darts are 50 cals. They are. I'm pretty sure they are technically slugs, which is something a shotgun can shoot. But you know, you look at the size of this thing, you think it'd be like, oh cool, it's tube fed, you know, because of the tube thing here. I wouldn't even mind that. Like, if you had to unscrew this and the spring and all that would pop out on it, and you just... and that kind of thing. I wouldn't mind that. But, you know, it's just big. And a big disappointment for the hobbyist. But for target shooters, it's fun. You know, it's a big mega shotgun. It's not gonna let you down, really. It's not. It's just not. It's not that bad. You get basically no draw. The performance is, as I've seen, about the par for a mega pistol. Maybe similar performance to the Centurion, which I highly doubt because that thing is fucking huge. But you know, it's a little disappointing. But I knew that going into it because I like the aesthetics. It looks like a giant pump shotgun, and you know me, I like my shotguns. I like the stupid stuff, and this is just two of those things wrapped into one. Yeah. So there's one more segment to this video, and we're going to be cutting to that. Gentles and ladiesmen, it is time for the finale. The ending of this video. It has finally arrived. Oh my god, this week has been killing me. Either way, it is time for the final one. And it's the reskin. Of course the reskin. Of course I leave the reskin till last. That's just what I do. Anyway, this is not just a reskin. This is a recreation. This is a redo of one of these that is superior to its original in both performance and aesthetics and everything else that came with it. Gentles and ladiesmen, you may remember my beloved Longstrike. My N-Strike Longstrike. This doesn't even fit in frame. Now, I love this thing. I really do. I was fortunate enough to find this thing for cheap at the time. As I stated in one of the previous videos, I can't remember which one it was because it was so fucking long ago now, that I'd finally got my hands on a Longstrike. The arguably the ultimate bolt action sniper in the N-Strike series and also the Elite series. Unfortunately, this thing was cursed with a rather shitty breach and a reverse plunger system, which meant that performance was next to non-existent with this thing. And modability also wasn't really high unless you replaced everything internally, and that was just a pain in the ass for a lot of people. But the Long Strike definitely has its place in history, in Nerf history at least, and I am proud to not only own one of these now, but oh baby, I own two. Gentles and ladiesmen and everybody that watches this channel, what you have your eyes upon right now is a slightly beat up and potentially opened once already, I don't know. This is a recreation that Hasbro did right. Ladies and gents, this is the Nerf Elite Modulus Long Strike. Now, everything that is on here right now, including the door magazines and the third one already installed, came with this thing. It came with a reskinned Modulus scope and a reskinned, I believe it's Raptor Strike or something, but it's with the Extendo bipod, which also does all of that business. The barrel is still floppy. I think that's a problem for all Long Strikes, but you know. But the performance of this thing is so much better than it was. This is now properly the mag-fed sniper rifle with elite performance that it was intended to be. This Long Strike has been a point of contention for me since I first got my original Long Strike ever so long ago, and it is, in terms of function and aesthetics, other than the snazzier white and green paint job over the original yellow and blue, and the enhanced internals, it is exactly the fucking same. The breach is a little bit better. It doesn't crush darts as much as the old one used to, which I am entirely grateful for because I am running out of darts as we speak. I'm gonna have to get some more at some point because, oh my god, I'm running out of darts. Anyway, so this boy, this segment is probably going to be the shortest of the lot, mostly because I don't have much to say. It's a Long Strike that looks cooler, comes with more stuff, and performs better due to its re-enhanced internals, making it a standard plunger system instead of a reverse plunger system, which is shit. And they figured out quite quickly that that is also very shit, and it is just not great. It is just not great. However, this is the superior Long Strike, and I am glad to have it in the collection and just have it as like a, hey, like I've gotten so lucky to this point where this thing is now here in Le Nerf Dungeon, so you know. Originally, this thing was Amazon exclusive and horrendously overpriced for what it was, which is a reskin with slightly enhanced internals, which they should actually realistically they should have done that with the original Long Strike at some point anyway. But I digress. You get obviously the more snipery aesthetic 6-round magazines instead of the brick ones of the original. You get 3 of them. Like, 3 magazines. Fucking, you're lucky if Hasbro gives you 2 magazines nowadays. Back in the day, they used to give you 3. But this was an Amazon exclusive back in the day. Like, back in the day, I say, fucking hell, how old is this thing? 2017. So this thing is 8 years old. How old? Oh god, I'm gonna regret saying this. How old is the original? 2009. Okay, that's 2009. I was 5. Christ. Okay. Buh. Anyway, oops. Yeah. But yeah, not much to say. This is the superior Long Strike, and I'm just glad to have. It's similar to the Raven situation. I do still have my Raven. It is here somewhere. I don't know. I still have my original Raven. Of course I do. So, and then I've got the Raven Fire version, which is the one I use, and the Raven original is the one that I kind of have up on display. I don't really have it on display, but it's not in the bins, in the boxes with the rest of them, kind of thing. It's not even got any batteries in it, and quite frankly, the 6-rounder that's in it also doesn't have any darts in it. But this boy right here is taking its rightful place alongside its sniper brethren. Like, I had to get all of these out just to get the original Long Strike out. Like, it's big mega brother, the Centurion, and the Heavy SR, which I still haven't really found a use for, and the Longshot, the Icon Series Longshot, which I also hardly use. Anyway, so this boy is going into the storage box for use, and I am going to empty out the 3 magazines in this one, partly so that the magazines don't fade, but also so that I actually have some fucking darts left. And that's gonna be in the corner somewhere or something. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Can you tell I don't really think that far ahead when it comes to buying this stuff? But again, I am so grateful that, you know, I can access stuff like this. You know, this is technically the original is my childhood, because I would have been 4 when that came out, but, you know, I didn't really grow up with Nerf as a thing, and I kind of got into the whole thing over 2020. I also, weird fact, I also got into model trains for some reason. COVID did some fucking weird things to my brain. Thankfully, I didn't go with the model trains hobby, otherwise this would be non-existent, because I'd probably still be in debt from buying like 4 trains. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if this is the more infamous one to the channel or not, because I do remember in the original, oh dear, in the original video featuring the Long Strike, I did bring up this modulus version, and I also remember complaining about not being able to find it. And God knows how long later, here she is, the modulus Long Strike, and I cannot be happier. So, yeah. Same recommendations as the original Long Strike pick, except a little bit more, a little bit stronger, just because of the actual performance being a bit better. But rarity also comes into that, and that thing is ridiculously rare in comparison to this original boy that you can find for cheap and probably modify for the same price as that Modulus one. But yeah, this is... yeah, that's the end of that. This has been a long one. It feels like it's been a long one. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm looking at the time, which is here for me. And I've been going for nearly 13 minutes. But, you know, I'm just gonna get all these mismatched, and then with a bit of luck and a bit of timing, I could get this out on Halloween. Although that requires me shutting up and actually putting them together first. Either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you do not miss when I upload another video, which is probably not going to be for a while now because now I am poor. But either way, I say that, I'm not poor, I can just manage until next payday, but you know. Either way, yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.